Hello everyone. Today's topic is cellular adaptation. We have seen cell injury. Whenever a cell is exposed to any kind of stress, any kind of injury stimuli, the cell will undergo for certain kind of transformation. So it can be divided as adaptation along with cell injury. So whenever it exceeds its limits, that will be converted into reversible or irreversible type of cell injury. Within that, necrosis and apoptosis will be the two forms of irreversible type of cell injury. Even if at all one cell is exposed with any kind of stress or injury stimuli, the cell will undergo for certain adaptation also. Why? Because it's functioning with respect to structure, with respect to its normal conditions, it may undergo for certain kind of changes, that is adaptation. So within this cellular adaptation, it can be classified as physiologically and pathologically also. So it will happen in physiological conditions and pathological conditions too. So in this cellular adaptation topic, we will see what are all different types of cellular adaptation. Myself, Dr. Anand. When a cell is exposed to pathological stimuli, the cells can achieve a new, steady, altered state that allows them to survive and continue to function in an abnormal environment. It's nothing but explains about another definition for cellular adaptation. Whenever the cell is exposed with any kind of stimuli, from there the cell will achieve a new state of transformation, like it will be steady or altered state, and it will allow them to survive with or to continue with the function in an abnormal environment. So whenever there is a presence of an abnormal environment, the cell will achieve or attain another altered new steady state in order to survive or in order to continue with its function. These are reversible changes in size, number, phenotype, metabolic activity, functions of cell constitute cellular adaptation. So in what and all aspects this will happen. For a cell, what and all type of changes will be there with respect to its size, with respect to number of cells, with respect to phenotype, with respect to metabolic activity of cell, and with respect to normal functions of cell. Within these aspects or within these key points, certain kind of reversible changes will happen. This will constitute cellular adaptations. This is the definition regarding cellular adaptation. Next, we will see what are the different types of cellular adaptation. Generally, atrophy, hypertrophy, hyperplasia, dysplasia, metaplasia. These are all general classification of cellular adaptation. So we will see in detail regarding these subtypes. Atrophy. What does it mean by atrophy? Atrophy means reduced size of an organ or tissue resulting from a decrease in cell size or number. So whenever size or number of cell is decreased, it will constitute with reduction of the size of an organ or tissue. This is atrophy. So any kind of decreased condition regarding protein synthesis or certain kind of protein degradation within the cell it is happening. This will cause for the atrophy condition. Physiological and pathological condition of atrophy is there. Certain examples of physiological conditions of atrophy. Brain with respect to age. With respect to age or with respect to attaining age, certain changes will be happening within the brain. So that will be considered as physiological changes of atrophy with respect to in physiological manner. Decrease of fetus after paturation, so after completion of the delivery or after completion of the paturation, what will happen? Automatically size of the uterus will be getting reduced. atrophy of embryonic structure. These are all certain examples for physiological atrophy. With respect to pathological nutritional atrophy, or with respect to starvation, there will be inadequate supply of nutrients. Certain kind of atrophy will be happening. Neurologic atrophy with respect to the neurons, especially in condition of paralysis, one example. Ischemic atrophy with respect to decreased blood flow, or in the condition of atherosclerosis, we can expect this kind of ischemic atrophy. So this much regarding definition and certain examples for physiological and pathological type of atrophy. Next subvariety hypertrophy is increase in size of tissue or organ due to increase in the size of cells. Just opposite to atrophy, where increase in the size of the cells, this will constitute increase in the size of tissue or organ. Physiological examples of hypertrophy: muscle bulk in bodybuilders, or enlargement of uterus during pregnancy. Where in case of pathological condition, cardiac muscle hypertrophy, wherever there will be increased volume load, increased cardiac output is happening with respect to exceeding the normal volume limit, or exceeding the normal working capacity, cardiac muscle hypertrophy will be happening. It's a pathological condition. Enlarged prostate due to increased resistance to urine outflow. Whenever there is an obstruction of urine outflow, prostate gland will be getting enlarged. This is the examples of physiological and pathological conditions of hypertrophy. Separate definition for hyperplasia. What does it mean by hyperplasia? Increases number of cells in an organ or tissue resulting in increased size or mass of organ or tissue. Wherever there is increased mass of organ or tissue, when it happens, wherever number of cells in it is increased, or in an organ or a tissue number of cells is increased, it will constitute with increased size of a mass of organ or tissue. Physiological examples, we will see enlargement of uterus during pregnancy, one example of physiological type of hyperplasia, where gradual enlargement of breast starting at puberty, at the level or time of puberty time, whenever due to the changes of hormonal conditions of hormonal changes, gradual enlargement of the breast will be happening in females. That is another condition of a physiological type of hyperplasia. And in the conditions of hyperplasia, what will be happening? Pathological chronic injury conditions like inflammation of skin and oral mucosa. Whenever skin is or cell is exposed with any kind of chronic injury, this also constitute with any condition of external stimuli. Or endometrial hyperplasia, where due to excess hormone stimulation. These are examples of pathological type of hyperplasia. Whenever to compare it with the hypertrophy, any kind of increased functional demand, it is happening. We have seen already the previous type, hypertrophy. The possible causes will be increased functional demand. Wherever there is an excessive need of that particular organ, particular tissue is happen, automatically its need also will be getting increased and demand also will be getting increased. So in order to compensate with that increased demand, the cells have to work in excess. So this will be one cause of hypertrophy condition, where stimulation by hormone and growth hormones or growth factors another cause, along with hormonal excessive accumulation of the hormones or excessive secretion of the hormones and growth factors. This will be another cause for hypertrophy. So this will automatically cause with cellular increased production of cellular proteins, wherever the genes responsible for activation of these kind of proteins will be overproduced. This will be considering the commonest cause or mechanism under hypertrophy. When it is considered with the hyperplasia, what will be happening? Here also, it causes increase in the number of cells in an organ. Whenever it takes place, if the cell is capable of dividing. So the capacity which is attributed to the cell, that is nothing but the division, cell division, if it is activated more, or if it is takes place properly, this will cause hyperplasia like a situation. So any kind of influence of growth factor because of proliferation of mature cells, or any kind of new cells output is more from the stem cells. So with respect to the stem cells, with respect to the mature cells, any kind of defect is present. This will constitute with hyperplasia condition. because increased number of cells will be present. Because any kind of defect is there with respect to mature cells or stem cells, this will happen. So this was regarding mechanism behind hypertrophy and hyperplasia. Type metaplasia, the condition where reversible changes in which one adult cell type is replaced by another adult cell type. So combination is a type of condition where it is affected with some kind of a replacement. It's a reversible change only where one adult cell type will be replaced by another adult cell type. Like one example, squamous metaplasia like chronic irritation due to tobacco smoke. The normal ciliated columnar epithelial cells of trachea and bronchi undergo squamous metaplasia. One condition, squamous metaplasia. Here, certain kind of replacement is happening. Columnar metaplasia is a condition where Barrett's esophagus is one example. Squamous epithelium of esophagus replaced by columnar epithelium. So this will be another example for Barrett's esophagus. Where what will be happening in this situation is a reversible type of cell adaptation only, where any kind of reprogramming of the precursor cells happening within the normal tissue. Once again, the cells will be undergone for the reprogrammation. Program will be continued with the previous structures or previous normal line of functioning. This will causing further activation of the precursor cells. In order to compensate with this condition, a new cell will be getting differentiated into certain cellular manner, and certain signals also will be generated by cytokinins, growth factors, etc. So this will constitute with further metaplasia like situation. So further the cells or the precursor cells will go for further extra reprogramming, either due to any kind of activation of various site of or various kind of cytokines or growth factors, etc. Dysplasia condition where disorders cellular development often accompanied by or accompanied with metaplasia and hyperplasia. Along with the metaplasia and hyperplasia, this will happen most often seen in epithelial type of cells. So the dysplasia condition mostly will happen with epithelial type of cells. This is dysplasia situation. Barrett's esophagus is an example of metaplasia type of cell adaptation. We have seen already in previous slide. One type of cell will be replaced with another kind of cell. So here what will happen, you can see in the picture a normal or lower esophagus is there with respect to Barrett's esophagus condition. That kind of cells will be replaced by other cells. So in condition, normal squamous epithelial cells will be replaced by columnar type of epithelial cells. So that condition will be happening in situation of Barrett's esophagus. So it's an example of metaplasia type of cellular adaptation. So this much regarding the topic cellular adaptation. Mainly four types are there: atrophy, hypertrophy, hyperplasia, metaplasia, one more condition, dysplasia, this situation. Whenever a cell is getting exposed with any kind of injury or any kind of external stimuli or stress, we can coin the term stress. Whenever a cell is exposed with any kind of stress, the cell will undergo for certain kind of a transformation. So within the cell is attributed or cell is itself which is attributed for certain kind of changes or transformation. In case of size, number, its phenotype, or its case of its normal functioning, wherever in these situations these changes can be happening. So this was regarding the topic time.